Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Colourpop's newest little complexion line. It's called Pretty Fresh. We have a new tinted moisturizer, a primer, and a mist. All of these have one thing in common, which is hyaluronic acid. This is supposed to be a more hydrating line, which I'm really excited about. All these products are paraben-free, gluten-free, dermatologist tested, and vegan. I'm going to start off with the primer. So this is the hydrating hyaluronic acid primer. I personally really like a nice hydrating moisturizing base because I just feel like my makeup looks a lot prettier, my skin looks a lot more plump and like fresh. So I'm very excited to try this out. This does have coconut oil as well as coconut water. So if you're somebody who's sensitive to coconut products, I want to let you guys know I have tried coconut products that have been perfectly fine with my skin. I have tried coconut products that have kind of reacted with my skin. Next up we have the hyaluronic acid setting mist, which I just really want to smell this. Smells like coconut. And lastly, what I'm most excited about is the tinted moisturizer. This is the hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. As you can tell, they all have something in common. The hyaluronic acid. This is silicone and oil free. The tinted moisturizer comes in 24 shades. I have a little postcard here that has little shades in here. They do come in like warm and neutral tones. This tinted moisturizer is more of a sheer product, but you can build it up. I have given this a try already, so I'm going to be using it again today with you guys and kind of sharing my thoughts. Alright, so with all of that said, let me zoom you guys in. Let's get started with some primer first. I am taking the primer and I'm going to put this all over my face. It kind of smells like baby wipes with a hint of coconut, but like not in a bad way. Like really fresh, clean baby wipes. Primer is on and I have to say, you guys, it feels really good. My skin feels very like soft and plump and hydrated. I definitely feel a difference in my skin. Now fingers crossed my skin likes this primer because it has a coconut water and oil in it. Everybody's skin is different. A lot of people react to coconut, a lot of people do not. Now let's move on to the tinted moisturizer. I have pulled out 3 shades that I'm going to kind of swatch on my cheek. Although I did try the shade 6W and this one actually worked quite well, but I'm gonna try these shades as well. This might be a little bit fair and this might be a little cooler tone for me. These are the 3 I picked up. This is 3W, 5N, and 6W. I'm gonna put each swatch on my cheek. Let's start off with 3W. This one is 5N. It's like so hard to even see the swatches because it's like sheer. And this one is 6W. I think I still really like 6W because it does have that warmth in it, but it's not too fair. Really quickly before I put this on my face, I will say this is by no means a full coverage foundation. It's not necessarily a foundation. It's a tinted moisturizer. So it's going to perfect the skin, kind of smooth it out, make it look like your skin but better. It is very beautiful in the skin. I have tried this out before and it's really nice. I personally go for things that are more medium to full coverage, especially when I'm going out and about, just because I feel more comfortable covering my blemishes and my scarring. That's just a preference of mine. This, I'm not treating it as a foundation. I just kind of want to demo the product out for anybody who's interested in tinted moisturizers because I actually really liked wearing this underneath the foundation as well. It gave my skin such a beautiful like natural luminous glow, and I used a very small amount of like my other foundation on top and it just like it looked really beautiful. So whatever you want to use it for, if you are a full coverage type of girl and you want nothing else, I mean, this is not gonna give that to you. This is quite a sheer product. But if you're somebody who's looking for a really good tinted moisturizer, this is definitely might pique your interest. I'm gonna apply this with a brush. You can also apply this with your hands. I feel like a sponge, it might soak up a little bit too much product because it is a tinted moisturizer. You're already not going to get a lot of coverage. I feel like the sponge is just gonna soak it all up. I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to start stippling and then buffing this into my skin. This is kind of like one layer of the tinted moisturizer. It looks so pretty on the skin. When I look up close, I literally cannot detect like a makeup product on my skin. It literally looks like I just have moisturizer on. So it looks beautiful. The coverage on it is quite sheer. I still see a lot of my skin peeking through, but comparing it really like evened out a lot of my redness and just kind of like made it like a nicer tone. I'm gonna apply this all over my face and I'm gonna go back and just kind of build it up a little bit more and see where we can get it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. So here's one layer of the tinted moisturizer on my skin. Like I said, you can't really detect any makeup on the skin. It literally just looks like I have moisturizer on. It feels like I have moisturizer on. Okay, I'm gonna go back in and add one more layer, see how this builds up. I'm not gonna lie, going in with the second layer, specifically with a brush, it's really not doing much. I feel like I'm just kind of buffing whatever I had on my skin already around with like extra makeup. It's not really building coverage, and it just ends up looking like too much and then leaving streaks. So the more I buff and I blend, it's really not making huge difference. As you can see, you can still see a lot of my scarring peeking through. So I don't know, maybe you want to go into a sponge with the second layer and just kind of press it into the skin. I feel like less is more with this product. You're gonna get like a more natural, beautiful look with just like a layer. So I added a little bit of the extra tinted moisturizer on like my cheek area, but everywhere else I kind of like left it with one just because it looks really pretty and I don't want to mess with it anymore. I am going to go into concealer around my eyes because Lord knows I need it, and I am also going to do some spot concealing on my cheeks. I'm going to show you guys up close on what my skin currently looks like with just the tinted moisturizer on. I think it looks really nice on this skin, even though you can still see a lot of my blemishes, which I don't prefer usually. I think like as a product it's sitting really nicely. So I added my concealer, not too much. I could still see, you know, some scars and blemishes peeking through, but we're gonna go for like a very natural look today. So because we're doing a natural look, I'm gonna take a liquid blush. This is from M Cosmetics in the shade Soft Amethyst. Last time I used this, I used like a much more like natural shade, and I kind of want to test the darker one out. I'm a little bit nervous, but I don't know. Oh my god, this is okay. Let's blend this out before I start freaking out. I'm just gonna take my little sponge and press it into my skin. These are actually quite lovely. I just haven't tried this shade before. It looks so scary at first. Normally with a tinted moisturizer, I wouldn't necessarily like set it, but because I have concealer underneath my eyes, I do want to set my concealer in so it doesn't crease and become like a mess. And I also want to take a little bit of powder, especially like on my cheeks, just so I can blend a powder bronzer on it without it like looking crazy. So I am gonna apply a little bit of powder. Face is set, but not too much. I just wanted to add a little bit of powder just to set down my makeup. I just feel more comfortable doing that. It's really up to your preference. If you love cream products and never set your makeup, that's you, go for it. But this is how I would wear it, just because it's a really hot day and I want my makeup to last and I don't want it to like be all over the place. So this is just what I feel comfortable with. So with all that said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup off. We're gonna keep it pretty simple and natural, go with the vibe of it all. So I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in the shade Golden Gal. It's a nice soft shade. It's not anything like too dark. And I just want to add a little bit of like warmth into my skin. What a difference a little bit of bronzer makes. Since we have that cream blush on already, I'm going to skip powder blush. I'm going to go into highlighter. This is the Benefit Cookie Highlight. Absolutely love this stuff. It's very blinding, so a little definitely goes a long way. I want to really make sure I diffuse and kind of blend out the highlighter as much as I can, just so the skin looks naturally dewy and glowy and I don't have like a strip of highlighter. On more natural days, like I do love wearing highlighter still, but I just kind of diffuse it out a little bit more. I'm going to lightly fill in my brows with Fenty Brow MVP in the shade Dark Ash Blonde, and then use my Milk Makeup Haze Brow Gel. For the eyes, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to go back to my bronzer with a little brush here. And I'm just going to take the bronzer and apply that into my crease, just to give the eyes a little bit of dimension, but also kind of like tie in the bronzer to the eye. And then for my lids, I like to just put a little bit of something shimmery on there. So I'm going to take the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Ritz. This is one of the colors that came in my little foursome bundle. I absolutely love this color because it just adds this beautiful like wet sparkle look on the eyes. And lastly, just some mascara for the eyes. For more like natural, simple days, I like to not wear a lot of lip product, and I usually go with a really hydrating balm or gloss. And this is the Ofra lip gloss in the shade Sunshine. I really love these glosses a lot. I go between a lot of different ones, but these are amazing because they feel super hydrating and they're very glossy. They're not sticky whatsoever or heavy feeling. And if I'm gonna wear a gloss, I need it to be comfortable. And it freaking smells so good. To finish this off the look, I'm gonna zoom you guys out and let's try out this setting spray. Let's give this a little shake and get to spraying. I wanted to come up close once more just to show you guys what the tinted moisturizer looks like on my skin with like everything else done on my face, and I have to say it actually looks really pretty. I don't have any creasing. It doesn't look makeup-y or cakey whatsoever. It looks really soft and pretty. I know I'm wearing something like very sheer, and I said I'm more of like a medium to full kind of girl, but now that the rest of my makeup is done, I really love the way my skin looks. It looks natural. It doesn't look heavy. You can't, like, my eye does not even go to like my scarring and stuff. It looks good. So I 100% would wear this tinted moisturizer again, exactly the same way I'm wearing today on like lighter, more like chill days, like errands, things like that, because I don't know, it's really, really beautiful and I'm happy with it. The setting spray was really nice. Like the mister is super fine. I don't know about like the setting aspect of how long it's gonna make my makeup last, but I can tell you the mister was really nice. It does smell like coconut. It made my skin look a lot less powdery, and just it added a little bit of hydration. You can feel it on your skin. But yeah, I think it's like a really nice spray if you're interested in things like that. And the primer, I really like the primer a lot. The way it made my skin feel, oh my goodness, like I really want to try that with like other foundations and see how it is. But with all that said, if these are products that are really speaking to you, like the whole hydrating aspect of it, or maybe you even love coconut in your products, or just you like very natural products like sheer tinted moisturizers, things like that, I highly suggest you try this out. I love my skin right now. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Definitely let me know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. As usual, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at mesijesibeauty, Instagram MAKEUPBYJESI. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so before you go. Also hit that little bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. With all that said, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.